Hi guys, Rhys here at Hemp HQ. We've got a little mod breakdown again. Obviously it's more of a how-to guide than it is a mod breakdown. I'm going to show you the ins and outs and what everything means on this vape. Today we're doing it on the Lost Vape Lyra. It's a pod, so they're fairly simple. So I've broke one down already. Obviously that's what they look like without the pod on or it like that. Pod comes in mostly 4 different parts. So you've got the coil, you've got the bit that stops it from leaking, which is where you fill it, pod cap, which is obviously the top, and then the pod itself is a 2mm pod. So it's like every other one on the TPD laws. Obviously we coil, you do have 2. You have one that comes in the box, which is a spare, which is a mouth to lung coil. So when it comes to mouth to lung, obviously that's more for your higher strength nicotines as well as your nicotine salts. Then you do have a mesh coil, which is good for anything like, I don't know, tropical exotic, stuff like that, for your bigger juices, where you want a bit more flavour. Obviously the mesh, so the brewing, they're very good because on the actual device itself, it will come up with like strengths and stuff like that. So it comes up with, give me 1 second, no, I thought I had a customer, my bad. Press it 5 times, it'll turn on. If you press it 1, 2, 3, it'll come up with the colours. So there's 3 different colours, there's green, blue and red. Charger wise, the green one means 65 to 100. The blue one means it's 65 to I think 15, give me 1 second. To give it, yeah, so 65 to 15. And the red one is obviously 15 to 0, so it's about to die. So whenever it gets to red, you might want to have like 3-4 drags and then put it on charge just in case. It's one of them. But it also has a cool feature which is to do with power. So for each coil they have their own set power and it's all individual. It's also colour coded. The same colours, green, blue and red. Green is high and that'll be vaping at about 20 watts. Blue is medium, so you're going to be about, it all varies depending on coil, but you'll be about 15 watts. That is on the mesh coil. So let me reiterate that one. So green on the mesh coil is 20 watts, blue is 15, and then red means about 9 watts. So it's like a very minimal vape, but on a mesh coil you don't really want to be vaping that because it will burn unevenly. On the mouth to lung coil, the wattage is a little bit different, same colour codes, so green, blue and red. Green is 11, blue is 10 and red is 9 once again, but obviously with them you're going to be having more of a restricted vape, so it's going to be less powerful, so you don't need it. They are really good because the stuff that they come with, obviously they come with a very good brief instruction manual, so how to take a coil out, how to fill it and everything like that, as well as they come with a very good, give me 1 second, instruction manual. So it gives you a brief understanding. So if I try and show you what I was just explaining, so that's what I was just explaining just there. That's all the like instructions on the batteries and stuff like that. The coils are fairly simple to take out, they're not exactly hard, they are a pod system. So give me 1 second, I'll show you with this one. So what you have to do, grab both sides, it can be quite fiddly, so what I do is that, then you just have to pull off one side and grab there, and it should, on video, no, sometimes they catch, which is the annoying thing, but then you just have to kind of twist it a bit. Give me a sec. No, this one's being awkward. Yeah, one side wants to lift off, the other one doesn't. Give me 1 second. So it'll come off like that. So that there is what comes off. It's like a little bit of a catch, so it catches onto them 2 there. And you have to press both sides in. Obviously when it comes to your coil, at the top it's pressure, so you can like, it gives you a good way to tighten it down. So it goes into the middle, there's a hole directly for it. And what you'll want to do first is, so you fill it either side, just there, and you'll just simply plop them in and they just sit in there, and that's how you fill it. So then you just quick coil them, tighten it up. Like I say, nice and simple, dead easy. Top cap, push it on, and there you go. It's ready to vape. The charging port is just there. One thing that this does come with, it's kind of a niche. You'll either like it or think it's a bit weird. It comes with a lanyard, so if you really want to, you can wear it around your neck. It's kind of one of them, so you can't lose it, I suppose. The key thing about them though is the price point. They're only $23.50, so they're not that expensive. They're a very good beginner pod, if that makes sense. Obviously, some of your pods, like, I don't know, the Smart Nords and stuff like that, they can vary in price. Like the Smart Nord 2s are like 35 quid. Whereas these are very good if you don't know what it's like to use a pod system, where you can use salts, normal liquids, and your big bottle juicers. Obviously, you can still use CBD in them as well, so you can use either or. We have got CBD shots, which you can just put into a normal juice. As long as they ain't got nicotine in, they're perfect for that. It's all dependent on like what kind of juices you're on, what kind of money you've got to spend on one. But obviously, they're perfect for what they do, if that makes sense. They're really good for a pod system. So if you haven't tried them or want to try them, obviously you know where we are. Make sure to leave a like, share, and literally follow the page. This will also be posted on our YouTube as well, which is Hemp HQ Worldwide. Don't ask about the name, I couldn't think of one at the time. Which will have all the how-to guides of literally every vape that we do, as well as a little bit of a daily kind of day in the shop. So yeah, see you in a bit, guys. Peace.